So here the question is how many times this ABC will be printed. So the question here is how many times this ABC will be printed. So we'll see the answer. So initial x value is -1. So -1, of course, condition is true here. Here it goes. If condition, this is also true, then continue. So what happens if continue executes? Then continue directly goes to the loop part by skipping the remaining statements in the block or in the loop. So now this true, it goes here. Now x value will become increment by, that is -1 will become 0. Now 0 is, condition is true, 0 less than 5, yes, again continue. Now it goes to here by skipping these statements. Now 1, next 2, 3, 4. Till 4 this condition is true, 4 is less than 5, yes, continue. Again it goes here. Now x value will become 5. So now if you see here, 5 is less than 5, no, it comes to else part. Else you have only break statement. So break means which comes out of the block. So it comes out of the block without executing this printf statement. So it comes here, it returns 0. Now if you see the output, will it print ABC at least once? No. So the answer is C. Maybe if here we have open brace and close brace like this, then it may execute at least once of this ABC, but here there is no open brace, close brace, no, in this block. So only else part is only break. That's why it goes to the break and comes out of the loop. So that's why the answer is C. Now coming to the second question. So what is the output of this program? So if you observe, I value initially 0 here in the loop, of course initialized, condition is 0 is less than or equals to 5, then I plus plus. Now if you see the condition is true, then it has to go to printf and it has to print 0, then incremented by 1, 2, 3, like this up to 5. But if you observe here in this program, in the for loop, at the end of this you have a semicolon here. You can observe here a semicolon is there. Now what happens if you put semicolon? So what happens is, initial I is 0, 0 is less than or equals to 5, then it goes to the end, it will not come here, it goes to the here. So I value initially 0, so semicolon means again it goes to the loop only, again it goes to the loop without coming here. So I value 0 plus plus, that means 1, so 1 is less than or equals to 5, so here semicolon. Now you are ending the loop here itself, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I value 5, 5 less than or equals to 5, yes, comes here. Now I value will be 6. Now when I value is 6, 6 is less than or equals to 5, no. Now condition is false. Then it comes out of the loop and it checks for printf. What is the printf? %di. Now what is I value? 6. So the output is only 6, it will print. So answer is D. So like this you need to check whenever if you see loops, if there is a semicolon, the execution will be like this. Coming to question number 3. Now int a equals to 500, b equals to 100, c equals to. Initially I am writing a value here, b value here, c value here in the memory. So a value 500, b value 100. Anyway, initially there is no c value, some garbage value will be there. Now if not a greater than or equals to 100, so which will be executed first, not or greater than? Definitely as per the rule, precedence, operator precedence, greater than or equals to will execute first. So a greater than or equals to 400. Now if you see 500 is greater than or equals to 400, yes, true, this statement is true. Now so true means it has to execute this, but there is a not, that means negative of true, that is false. So if this condition is, it is saying indirectly it is false. So false means it will goes to out of the if condition without, that means without executing if condition. So here if this is false, that means it will not execute this, directly comes out of if condition, so directly goes here. What is c value? 200. So without changing b value it is coming. Why? Because here it is not is there. If there is no not here, definitely this condition is true. B value will be changed as 300. Now you can see what is A value 500, B value 100, C value 200. If what you are printing here, B and C, so B comma C, what are the values? 100 and 200. You can check. So the answer is D. Now question number 4. So you can observe here in this program, I unsigned int I where assume 2 byte integer. Why? Because some compilers are taking for integer that is 4 bytes also. Now you need to consider here only 2 bytes. Some of the advanced compilers are taking for integer that is 4 bytes. Actually for integer, let us assume here 2 bytes. So unsigned int I value is equals to 65,535. Now if you see for this unsigned integer, the range of integer is unsigned integer is 0 to 65,535. Now if I increment 65,535, the next value will be 0. Again it will increment from 0 like this. It will be a cycle. After this value it will take 0. It will not take like 65,536 because the range is up to 65,535. Now while I plus plus, you can see here it's a post increment, not pre increment. Post increment, that means first it will check the condition. What is I value? 65,535. Is it not equals to 0? Yes, it is not equals to 0. Now it comes here. So it will write plus plus I. What is plus plus I? So now remember this point. 65,535 is there. It will check with this. Anyway, it's not 0. After that it will increment. So I value will become, after incrementing 65,535, it will become 0. See, after checking the condition it will be 0. Now comes here plus plus I. What is I value? 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Now I value is 1. 1 will be printed. Next it goes to the loop. 1 is not equals to 0. Yes, it will print 1 plus plus 2. Then it will increment plus plus I. See, pre-increment means first it will increment then print. Here you can observe this thing. First it will check the condition. After that it will increment here. Then here whenever it prints again increment. That means double increment here. So initially 1 will be printed, then it will print 3 like this. Next it will print 5 up to infinite times. So if you see the options, option A is right answer. If you see this B and C, 0 is given. Anyway, 0 will not be printed. 0 will never print and no output. It will print something but infinite times. So the answer is A. Like this you need to check out. Coming to the question number 5. So int main, int x is equals to 3, float y equals to 3.0. Anyway, we know that in the concept of say 3 is not equals to 3.0. But if you see here, if x double equals to y, that means it is comparing. X is equals to y. X is 3, y is 3.0. So what happens here is, here it will be converted implicitly. So implicit conversion, that means int is converted into float. That's why here 3.0 is equals to 3.0. Now both are equal. So here it will become implicit conversion. So that's why the answer is A. So implicit conversion here happens. Coming to the question number 6. So here what is the output? Here char ch variable is declared. So if condition here, if ch is equals to, now here you can observe it is a single equals to, not double equals to. Double equals to is a relational operator. Here single equals to is an assignment operator. Now if condition, how it will be calculated, we'll see. So if this condition is true, then if condition will be executed. Otherwise maybe if there is else will be executed. You observe ch is equals to printf. Now one more thing you need to remember, if this condition is true means it is a non-zero value, false means it is a value 0. If the value is 0 here, then it will execute else part. If the value is non-zero, it will execute if part. Here if you observe, ch is equals to printf. So what is this printf? Again you need to remember, if anything is assigned, any variable is, let us suppose some variable I is assigned to printf, that is something I have written ABC. That means what I will be assigned? I will be assigned the value, the number of characters in this double quotes, that is in the printf statement. So there are 3 characters, that's why I value will become 3. Now if you see here printf double quotes, you can see here no characters are there, so the count of the characters is 0. So 0 value will be assigned to ch. The value of ch is 0. Now if you see if condition, if block 0, so block 0 means it directly executes the else part, that we need to remember. If the value is non-zero, it will execute this part. If the value is 0, it will execute else part. Now it will execute else part. So here else part means it doesn't matter. So the answer is B. If there is at least one character here, the value will become non-zero, then it will execute this part. So the answer is B. Now going to the next question, question number 7. So this is, if you see, int array is declared with 5 values, then I value, j value, m value. So finally what are these? Print I, j, m values. So this is, I'm writing this array first. So anyway, array index starts from 0. So a of 0 is 5, a of 1 is 1, like this I have written. Now int I, j, m are declared. I value is plus a of 1. Now if you observe, what is a of 1? A of 1 is 1. So it is pre-increment. That's why first it will increment, then assigns. So a of 1 is 1. 1 will be incremented, that is 2. So I value will become 2. Anyway, a of 1 will be incremented to 2 here, that is plus a of 1. Now coming to j equals to a of 1. So a of 1 plus. What is a of 1? First you need to check out. What is a of 1? 2 is there right now. So 2 will be first assigned because it is post increment. So 2 will be first assigned to j. So j is assigned to 2. Now a of 1 will be incremented. So now a of 1 will become 3. Coming to the next one, m. m is equals to a of I plus. Now here you observe I plus. It is a post increment. That's why first of all it has to assign. So what is a of I? First you need to check out. What is I value? 2. So what is a of 2? 15. 15 will be assigned first to m. Now I will be incremented. What is I value? 2. 2 will be incremented to 3. So this is a procedure happens. Now finally if you see I, j, m values, that is 3 to 15. So the answer is C. So remember this point. Pre-increment means first it will increment, then assigns. If it is post increment means first it will assign, then increments. So this is a procedure happens. This is the difference between pre-increment and post increment whenever you assign. Now coming to the question number 8. So void main, then int a equals to b equals c equals 10. So again it is reassigned with 50 like this. So what he is asking is what is the output of this program. So if you clearly observe, int a it is given and b and c are there. So where b and c are declared here? So only a is declared. What about b? It is not declared. This is a wrong statement to declare. So that's why first it will give compile time error. So if you write like this, this is okay, like int a equals to 10 comma b equals to 10 comma c equals to 10, that is okay. Or else this is also okay, like int a comma b comma c, then you can assign like this, a equals to b equals to c equals to 10, then that is also okay. But if you see here int a equals to b equals c, no, b and c are not declared as data types. So that is a basic thing, that's why compile time error. The answer is B. Now coming to the next simple one. What is the following function called? Mean string copy. It's a string function, string manipulation function. So strcpy s1 gamma s2. So the question is what is following function call means? That means whether it copies from s1 to s2, the string value whatever is there. string s1 s2 whether it copies s1 to s2 or it copies s2 to s1. So a little bit confusion we will get. So the answer is it copies s2 string into s1, not s1 to s2. So this is little bit confusion, that's why I included. There is no further logic here. Simply it copies the second one, that is a second one to the first one. Here the destination will be s1, source will be s2. Now this one, what will be the output of the following program? Here x is an array declared with initialized with values x of 0, x of 1, x of 2. Like what is x of 0, 10, x of 1, 20, x of 2, 30, like this. So here you are printing. When I print x of 4, what it prints actually? So x of 4 is 50. And here you can see instead of x of 3, it is given 3 of x. Is it allowed? So the answer is yes. So x of 3 is equals to 3 of x. Both are same. You can write like this also. So x of 4 equals 4 of x also you can write. There is no error here. So x of 3, what is that? 40 will be printed here. Here x of 2, 30. Here x of 1, 20. Here 10. So the answer is C. Coming to the question number 11. So here what will be the output? So int I variable is declared as integer data type. Now I is assigned to 0x10 plus 010 plus 10. So what is this? So any value that is prefixed with 0x means that is hexadecimal representation. Any value that is prefixed with 0, that is octal representation. So this is hexadecimal representation, this is octal representation. So this is normal decimal. Now if you observe what is 0x10, that means 10 in hexadecimal. What is the decimal value? That is definitely 16. Now 10 in octal. 10 in octal. What is the decimal representation? That is 8. Now of course it is decimal. Now if we convert all these three values in decimal, so the total value will become, this is 16, this is 8, this is 10. So total is 34. Now I value will become 34. Now what is the output? I equals 34? No. Now you can observe here printf x is equals to, it is given x is equals 34. You can observe here it is not percentile d, it is percentile x. If here it is represented with percentile d, then this answer is correct, but it is given as percentile x. So that means you need to convert whatever the value is given, that is actually decimal you are getting, that has to convert it into hexadecimal in order to get in terms of percentile x form. So 34, if decimal is, if I convert it into hexadecimal, it will be 22. So the answer is C, that is x is equals to 22. Now this question, what will be the output of this? So has defined preprocessor, square of x, wherever it is, you need to replace it with x into x. So if you see here square of 10 plus 2, so how it will be executed? Is it 10 plus 2, 12 square, 144? No. So how it will execute is square of x. What is x value? 10 plus 2. I am writing here 10 plus 2. Now into, now again x. What is x? 10 plus 2. So what is the value of this? If you observe here, this is a plus, this is, here is a multiplication, which has highest operator precedence. So definitely multiplication. So multiplication has to be done first. So 10 plus 2 into 10, that is 20, plus this is 2. Totally it is 32. So square is equals to percentile d, that is answer is 32. Answer is B. Now question number 13. So void main, what will be the value of x after executing the program? That means what is the print of x value? So int x, here it is given x is equals to, printf means, so already I explained in the previous lectures, if there is a printf statement like this, so x value will be the total characters in this statement. So if I see the characters, totally you need to include spaces, commas, everything, special symbols also. So if I include all those things, it will become total 15. So x is equals to 15. The answer is A. Now coming to the question number 14. Int A equals to 0. So for loop, initial value of A is 0. Now here condition has to be there. The syntax of for loop is initialization, then condition, then either increment or decrement. Now if you see here, initialization A equals 0, here A is there. So we need to see this A as condition. So what is this condition? So if this condition is true, it has to execute for loop block. But what is this condition value? A. What is A value? 0. So already I told you, condition is 0 means it is false. If the condition is non-zero means true, it will go inside of the for loop. Now initially A value is 0 here, and here the condition is 0. That means loop itself initially false. That's why it will never goes to the loop, it comes out. So for this, if this is true, it will increment A, but here initially it is false, so directly it comes out of the loop and prints percentage A. What is A value? 0. So the answer is B. So coming to the question number 15. What will be the output of the following program code? So here character array hello world is given. There is a pointer, character pointer P is given. So P equals to A, assign the character array to the pointer. Now what we are printing is all size of, we know size of means size of operator is used for, if I say size of something, let us suppose if I give int A, if I write size of A, that means, so what is the data type of A, it will check, and what is the size of the data type. So if I give A, what is the size of integer? That is 2 bytes. Of course in some compilers it is taking 4 bytes. So that will be printed as output. So here also if you see size of A, so A means what? Character array. How many characters are there here? So if you see, for each character 1 byte, so total characters are 5, 10, space is 11, and if you see character array, in it's a string, whenever you say string in C compilers, the last symbol must be null character. That also must be included. If I include like this, so 5 plus 5, 10, 1 space 11, 1 null character, 12. So total size of A is 12. Now this one is very important. Size of P. P is a pointer. See, P is a pointer which stores address, the address value, not the character values. Anyway, it is a character pointer, but the P is a pointer. Pointer P is a character array, but P is a address, that is a pointer address. So address, which is a value, that can be taken as data type with integer, that is size of P, which is a 2 bytes here we will consider. And string length of A. What is the string length of A? What is the length of A? Anyway, here in the length we will not consider null character, that's why totally 11. So here string length of P. See, P is a length of the P, now you can take it as a 11. So size of P, it's a value, that's why 2 bytes. You need to remember this point. Whereas string length means it has to store all the characters, that's why the length will be 11 here. So the answer is D. Coming to the question number 16. So what will be the output of the following program code? So here only one printf statement where it is printing ABC, but here it is given 3 backslashes. Slash B means backslash. So initially ABC will be taken. So one backslash, so it will go back, that means C will be deleted. One more backslash, so B will be deleted. One more backslash, A also will be deleted. Now the next thing, info world is there. So what it will print means only info world. So backslash means one character will be deleted, from back. So like this it will be deleted and you will get only info world. The answer is A. There is no further logic. Coming to this one, question number 17. So the output of the following code. So it is given %d. In single quotes the symbol B is given, alphabet B is given. So in single quote it is given. So what it will do, what it will check, it will take it as a character, but less than it is checking with again character A. So how it will consider this comparison? So how it will consider this relational operator is, it will take ASCII value of these symbols. So ASCII value of B is 66, ASCII value of A is 65. So 66 is less than 65. Is it true or false? Definitely it's a false. False, that's why it will take 0 value. If it is true, it will take here 1 value. So %LD, it takes value 0. The answer is C. If this is true, it will take the value as 1. So like this it will consider it is no more an error. So the answer is C. Now coming to the next one, what will be the output? So here you can see, of course, simple one. So %LD here 10 and 20, this is a bitwise AND operator, but here's division, it's not bitwise OR, it's a slash. Remember this point. You need to check whether it's a slash or it's a OR operator. So here AND operator. So bitwise AND, 10 will be taken in binary, 20 also will be taken in binary. So if I take like this, so AND operation means if both are ones then only 1, otherwise 0. So 0 0 it is 0, 1 0 it is 0, 0 1 it is 0, 1 0, 0, 0 and 1 again 0. So total is, if I go with AND operation of this, all zeros, the value in decimal, that is 0. So this value is 0 and 10 by 20. What is 10 by 20? So 10 by 20, which is 0 only. Why? Because it's a %LD. If it is %LF, maybe you will get 0.5 like this. So 0 0. The answer is A. Now coming to the next one, question number 19. So int I equals to 48. So 48, how it will consider? So here %LD, here %LC. %LC means character it will consider. So what is the ASCII value which is there for 48? If you see the ASCII value, that is for the numerical, that is a number 0 will have ASCII value 48, and here directly %LD, that is 48. So if I give %LD, it will print the direct value. If I give %LD, it takes a ASCII. So for 0, what is the ASCII value? 48. So 0 comma 48, the answer is D. Now this one, so x equals 10, y equals 20, but here you can observe only one %LD is there for two variables. So how the output will be? Is it a syntax error? No. So it will consider for first value, that is a %LD it takes for the first variable. What is the variable? X. What is the x value? 10. So it takes 10 value and it skips y. So like this it will consider. So the answer is A only, it's not syntax error. So the answer is A here. Coming to the question number 21. What will be the size of the following union declaration? So here it is given 3 variables, x, y, z, and x is declared as integer, y as char, and z as float, but it's a union type. Now what is the size? Of course there is a difference between when you declare it as a structure and union. If you declare structure as like this, so here what will be the memory allocated for this? The size will be int x, that is for 2 bytes, for char 1 byte, for float 4 bytes, totally 7 bytes will be allocated when you declare it as a struct. But whereas for union, it will consider maximum among all the variables, the size which is the maximum it will consider. Here for int it is 2, char it is 1, float it is 4. So what is the maximum value? 4. So that will be allocated when you declare it as union. When you declare it as struct, it will be the total size. That is, you need to add all those sizes of data variables, whereas in union you need to consider the maximum. So the size will be allocated, that is 4. The answer is B. So question number 22. So what is the output of the following code? If you consider this, here int equals to c equals to 2, d equals 5, equals 10 it is given, and a equals to, you need to find it. Of course there is a ternary operator operation, that is a conditional operator. So how you need to calculate? In general, if you have like this, I equals to something like j greater than k, question mark, then a colon b, it is given. If this condition is true, a will be assigned to I. If this condition is false, b will be assigned to I. Like this it happens. Now if you see here, of course more than one ternary operator you are finding. We'll see c is greater than 1. First you need to check this condition. If this condition is true, this entire code has to be executed. Otherwise directly you need to consider 300. But if you consider here 2, c equals to 2, 2 is greater than 1, yes, so you need to consider. If it is false, like c equals like 0, 0 is greater than 1, false, then you can consider directly this 300 to a. But here 2 is greater than 1, that is true, that's why I am considering this one. Now here if you consider, this is a condition, this total is a condition, so you need to check this condition, d is greater than 1. So 5 greater than 1, yes, true, this is the OR operator. Anyway, no need to check this one because 1 is true, then it will goes for true. So 5 is greater than 1, true, 10 is greater than, of course, true, true or true, always true. So that's why if this is true, you need to consider this value. If this is false, you need to consider this value. Anyway, in our condition, first this is true, that's why we came here, and here this is true, that's why this 100 has to be assigned to a. So printf %d a value will be 100. The answer is B. Like this you need to consider if you go for ternary operators. So how many times below loop will be executed? So here it is asking not the output only, how many times below loop will be executed. So here you have loops. First if you consider for loop, that is for x equals to 5. So I am considering x equals to 5 here. For x equals to 5, this is a nested for loop. So for x equals to 5, y equals to 1. It needs to consider 1 less than or equals to x value is 5. 1 less than or equals to 5, yes, true. Then it will be executed. Then 1 plus plus y value will become 2, y value will become 3, y value will become 4, then y value will become 5. So 5 less than or equals to 5, of course true. Then y value will become 6. Then for 6 condition will be false. So in the first iteration 5 times will be executed. Next it goes to here, x will be decremented. So now x value will become 4. When x equals to 4, for y equals to 1, of course 1 is less than or equals to 4, like this, 2, next 3, 4. When it comes to 5, then condition will be false. So here it will execute 4 times. When x equals to 3, y value will take 1, 2, 3 only, where 4 is false. So 3, like this. Next when x equals to 2, y equals to 1 comma 2, 2 times. When x equals to 1, if I consider, so 1 is greater than or equals to 1, of course true here. Y equals to 1, 1 is less than or equals to 1, yes, true. So 1 time it will execute. When it comes to 2, the condition will be false. Now only 1 time. Now x value will become 0, 0 greater than 1, this is false. So totally how many times the loop is executing? 15 times. The answer is A. Now what will be the output of the following code? So float f equals to, it is given as 0.1. Now 0.1 is checking with, comparing with 0.1. Is it true? In general we can say that yes, it is true. But if you consider the how compiler will take this value, so it's a float value, no, that's why it will become 0. Of course 0.1. But here float value, it is not exactly taking the same thing. It is followed with 6 decimals after decimal point. Now I found some interesting results when you consider different float values for f. So if you consider f equals 0.1, now I am getting the answer as no. But if I consider f equals to 0.5 like this, if I consider this, the answer you are getting as yes. For this 0.1 I am getting no, 0.5 I am getting yes. Not only 0.5, even for 0.25 also I am getting yes. Even for 0.75 also I am getting yes. Even for 0.125 I am getting yes. For if I take 0.1 or else something like 0.15 like this, if I take something 0.32 like this, I am getting no. So what is this problem? Why we are getting for these values I am getting no, for these values I am getting a yes. So the main thing here is it has to convert this value into binary, no? Whereas these values, if I consider whatever the values I have given, when I convert it into binary, if I multiply with 2, I am getting here 0.5. Then if I write here 0.5 into 2, I am getting 1.0 ending. And here 0.75 also, if I write like this, it will become 1.5. 1.5 into 2, that is 3.0. So with 0.0 it is ending, even if you take for this also. But whereas if I take this values, 0.1 into 2, it is 0.2. So 0.2 into 2, 0.4. 0.4 into 2, 0.8. 0.8 into 2, 1.6. 1.6 into 2. See, you can observe after point you are not getting 0 anywhere. If I do like this, never I will get 0, even if you take for this and this also. So for this which I am not getting ending as 0, I am getting the answer as no. For this which I am getting as 0, it is ending. And not only that, it will consider the value in binary. So in binary, if I consider after decimal, it is somewhere ending, that binary value somewhere ending. That's why I am getting yes here. Somewhere it is ending. But whereas for this values, it's not ending, it is continuously going. So that's why here I am getting the value as no here. This is the main observation we can consider. For our question, the answer is no. That is, the answer is A. Next question, how many times hello will print here? So you can see here. So for loop I equals to 0 here initially. Of course here you have for loop, but you need to observe one thing here. You have semicolon in for loop. That means this printf statement will not belongs to this for loop. That's why even after n number of iterations, it will come out of the loop and it prints hello only once. It will not print more than once. Why? Because it is not belongs to for loop. And also this for loop is ending here itself. It is repeatedly executing here. If the condition is false, it is coming here and it is printing once. So this you need to remember when you have semicolons for loops. So the answer is B. So coming to the question number 26, which of the following is correct? So 4 expressions are given which are with respect to ternary operator. So A equals to B. Actually, what is ternary operator? It will check for the condition. If the condition is true, this will be executed. Otherwise, this will be executed. So now, if you see here, A equals to B, this is assignment operator. We feel that it's not a condition. But even if it is not a condition, actually it checks for this condition is true. True means it is a non-zero value. Then it will execute this one. If this value is 0, it will execute this one. In that case, if A equals B, that means what is the B value will be assigned to A and checks for whether it is 0 or non-zero. If it is 0, this will be executed. Otherwise, this. So in that constraint, if you see every expression is acceptable. You won't get any error. So that's why all are correct expressions only. So the answer is D only. Now we'll see how it will be executed. So A equals to, let us consider one value 5, B equals to something like 6, C equals to 4, D equals to, let us take something value 5, E equals to 6, F is also 6, let us consider. So a equals to b. So b value, what is b value? 6. 6 will be assigned to a. So this entire expression value will become 6, which is non-zero. So that's why this value has to be executed. So c double equals to d. This is the comparison. That's why 4 is equals to 5. No. So that's why this value will become 0. So the total value is 0. But let us consider if b value is 0. So what happens here? B is 0. So 0 will be assigned to a. So the expression value will become 0. So 0 means this has to be executed. What is e double equals to f? 6 double equals to 6. It's a relation operator. So 6 double equals to 6. Yes. So this will become 1. So final output will become 1. If you consider this one, a double equals to b, comparison, 5 double equals 6. No. So it goes to e equals to f. What is f value? 6. 6 will be assigned to e. So this value will become 6. Here a equals to b, single equals to assignment. B value is 6. 6 will be assigned here. And so it is non-zero. C equals to d. What is d value? 5. 5 will be assigned. So the value here you will get 5. Here comparison. 5 double equals 6. No. So that's why it will go for e double equals to f. What is 6 double equals to 6? Yes. So the value is 1. So like this it will be executed. This is about ternary operators, how it will execute. Coming to question number 27, which is with respect to having some variable like static int. So we know that static int, whenever I declare a variable as static int, means the default value is 0. So here I is declared as static, that's why the default value is 0. If I don't write here static, means initially the value will become garbage value. So here int j and j equals 0, j less than 10, I plus c equals to 2, that means I equals to I plus 2, the value will become 2. So I minus equals to j, that means I equals to I minus j, I value 2, 2 minus j value anyway 0, no? So 2 minus 0, 2. So now finally I value is 2. Now coming to here, j value will become 1. So I plus c equals to 2, I value 2, 2 plus 2, I value now 4. Now I minus j, so 4 minus j value 1. So 4 minus 1, I value will become 3 here. Next j you consider as 2. So I is equals to I plus 2. So 3 plus 2, which is 5. And again I value is equals to 5 minus 2, which is 3. Now j value is 3. So I value is, previous I value 3, 3 plus 2, 5. Now I minus j, that is this one, 5 minus 3, which is 2. Now j value will become 4. So I value, previous I value 2, 2 plus 2, 4. Now 4 minus 4, which is 0. Now j value 5, I value like 0 plus 2, which is 2. Now I minus j value is 5 now. 2 minus 5, which is minus 3. Now j value is 6. So I value is minus 3 plus 2, which is minus 1. And minus 1 minus 6, because I equals to I minus j, that is minus 7. Next j value is 7. I value is minus 7 plus 2, which is minus 5. And I value again I minus j, minus 5 minus 7, minus 12. Now j value is 8. I value will become minus 12 plus 2, which is minus 10. Now I minus j, minus 10 minus 8, which is minus 18. Now j equals to 9, that is I equals to minus 18 plus 2, which is minus 16. Minus 16 plus 9, which is minus 25. So the answer is minus 25. The answer is B. So the next one, what is the output of this code? Static int I, again static int here. So initially I value is 0. Here I want to explain that one. That's why I have given this question. So if I declare any variable as static int, the default value is 0. If I don't write here static, means the value will become garbage. So here printf I have not given any value, but here it will print what? 0 only. The answer is 0. That is A. So here you can see, of course, globally I declared static int I, and locally I have given int I. So what is printf %d? That is, what is I value here? Now if you consider in general, if I have one variable which is local as well as global, then whenever it wants to take in, it will first prioritize the local value. So here I is there, here I. Actually this local value it has to consider. But here I local it is garbage, here it is global it is 0. So which value it is consider? It will not consider this value. Why? Because it is static initialized already. So only one location there it is initialized the value 0. That value it will consider actually. So the answer is A. But whereas let us suppose if I write here I value as 8, here I value as 7. So now if I print %d I value, so which will be printed? Your 7 will be printed because this I is local. So local will be taken first. Whenever you don't initialize, it is global. If you declare it as static, then it will consider the default value 0. Now this one. So I have given I equals to 20. Here it's not %d. If I give %d, anyway we will get this value. It is given %x. That means we have to write hexadecimal value, respective hexadecimal. 20 is given as decimal. What is hexadecimal value? That we need to get the output here. So what is the hexadecimal? If I convert it, I'll get here the value as 14. So the answer is 14. Now A is correct or B is correct? So in output, it will not print any X here like it is showing hexadecimal. So directly it will print 14 only. So the answer is B. Coming to the question number 31. So here it is given int A equals 0, B equals to 2, the value. If A equals to 0, so here you need to observe A, it's not double equals to, it is single equals to. That means it is assignment operator. So what happens here is, if A equals to 0 means the 0 will be assigned to A, that's it. So it is not checking like A equals 0, 0 equals 0. It will not check. Why? Because it is not the relational operator. It is the assignment operator now, single equals to. So 0 will be assigned to A. Now it will become, this total will become like this, if of 0. So in the previous lectures I told, if the condition is non-zero, then if condition will be executed. Otherwise, if there is an else will be executed. That means if this value is 0, else will be executed, if any. So here if you see A equals to 0 means 0 will be assigned to A. This will become if of 0. That means it will skip this if and it will only execute else part. So what is else part? B into equals to 10. That means what? B equals to B into 10. So what is B value? 2 here. 2 into 10, which is B value 20 now. So what is the value of B? B value is 20. The answer is C here. So coming to question number 32. What is the value of X in this code? So here you can see it is simply like an arithmetic operation. So 4 into 5 divided by 2 plus 9. So here you need to observe, you need to consider the operator precedence. So which operation you need to do first? Among all these operations we have into, division and plus. So which operation has to do first? We need to follow the operator precedence table. This is operator precedence table. So where you can see here all the operators. So which is on the top will be the highest priority. Like this you need to check here. And let us suppose if I consider multiplication and plus, which is on the top? Multiplication. So multiplication has higher precedence than plus. So if I consider plus with AND operator, so plus is higher precedence than AND operator. Like this you need to check. Even if you see like this shift operator is higher precedence than all these things. Like this, highest precedence for open brace among all the operators. So here you can see, and not only that, if I have operators in the same row, like if I have like plus and minus both operators, so which has highest priority, both are having same precedence, so which need to be operated first. Like here you can see associativity left to right, that means if I have plus and minus or plus and plus, from left you need to consider. Let us suppose if I have like this 5 plus 6 minus 7, so plus and minus both are in same row, so that's why which need to be taken first. Here you need to see left to right, so from left you need to consider. Even if I have 5 plus 6 plus 7, so plus this 5 plus 6 has to be done first, then you can go for this one. So this is the thing we need to do. If I have like this into and division, also the same thing for whatever it may be. And also you can consider, very important here, plus plus. You can see what is associativity, right to left. Anyway, this sort of the problems, if I have plus plus increment operator or decrement operator, there is associativity that is from right to left. That means if I have plus plus 2 times or 3 times, whatever it may be, you need to consider from right to left. Anyway, I'll explain this one in one question I'll include here in my video lectures, there I'll explain. Our problem right now, we have 3 operators, that is into, division and plus. So if you see this into division in one row and plus here, so into division has higher precedence than plus, so first we need to consider these two. Among these two which are in same row, which has to be taken first? Left to right. So first you need to take left to right. Which operator is coming left, you need to check in our problem. Here you can see into and division, into is coming first, that's why 4 into 5 you need to do first, that is 20. So 4 into 5, 20 here, 20. After that division, 20 by 2, which is 10. So 10. Now you can go for the this operator plus. So 10 plus 9, which is 19. So the answer is C here. It's not like taking 5 by 2 first, where you will get the answer as 2. 4 into 2, 8 plus 9, 17. This is not the answer. So you need to consider the operator precedence table. So the answer is C. Coming to the next question. What is the output of this C code? Void main, here it is given int x equals to 4.3 percentile 2. So 4.3 percentile, in the sense, let us suppose if I write like this, something like x equals to 5 by 2 will get the quotient if it is an integer. If I write like this 5 percentile 2, so what is 5 percentile 2? Means whenever I divide 5 with 2, I'll get what is the remainder. I'll get the remainder as 1. So x value will be 1. So percentile in sense which gives the remainder. But whereas here you can see the value which is floating value, which is 4.3, some decimal value you are getting. So how you can get remainder when you divide a decimal number or floating number with another number? So you won't get any remainder here. So this sort of the operation is not allowed actually. So that's why if you write like this, this sort of the operation is not allowed. That's why this is an error, that is compile time error. The answer is D. We need to remember this point. Question number 34. Find the output. Here you can see we have int x equals to 10 initially. Now what is y? There is no y value initially. Here you are doing y equals to x plus plus. Here you can observe it's a post increment. Whenever it is a post increment, what happens here is first it has to assign. So first x value will be assigned to y. What is x value? 10. 10 will be assigned to y. Now x plus plus, x will be incremented. So now x value will become 11. If you print x, the value will be 11. If you print y, the value is 10 only, not 11. Remember this point. If I write here plus plus x, now you can say that x will have 11 and y also will have 11. But here in our question, x plus plus means x will be assigned to y. That means 10, then x value is 11. So answer is D. So this is some simple question. Break statement is used for. So this is the jumping statement. We have different jumping statements like exit, break, continue, and also return. We have like this. So break means what happens? Break means which comes out of the loop. Whenever you are executing a loop or any block of statements, so you want to come out of the block from current execution, from current statement of execution, without executing the remaining things, by skipping the remaining things. So we need to use break. So that's why this is the answer is B. So exit is used to quit a program. This is for exit actually. So whenever you are executing a program, whenever you are writing a block, let us suppose some for loop you have written, and you have written a code here somewhere for some condition or something, you have written here break, means it comes out of the block, and here whatever the statements are there, that will be executed and ends the program here. But whereas if I write here exit, so in this block if I write exit here, not only this block, wherever it may be, if you write exit means it directly comes to the end of the program without executing these things also. So this is the main difference between break and exit. Break which comes out of the block, exit which comes out of the program. So that is the difference. Continue means I explained in the previous lectures. So which skips the remaining lines of the code in the particular block, and again iteration continues. So return means it returns to the function whatever it may be. So like this we have, and for our question the answer is simply quit the current iteration. So answer is B. Coming to the question number 36. What is the output of the following program code? So here x value initially, that is 10.7, which is a float value. It is declared as float, and int I variable is declared. Now I am assigning this float value to the integer. What happens? So x value initially 10.7. So this value 10.7 I am converting explicitly. This is explicit conversion we call it as. So the value 10.7 explicit conversion with integer, it will become 10. So I value A will become 10. So it prints I value as 10. That's it. There is no further logic. It's not at all an error. So the answer is C. Coming to the question number 37. So find the output. Here the question is with respect to switch case. So here char C is equals to A, that is in single quotes it is given. Switch C, case 97 it is given, then case single quotes A, case 99, case like this, and default also given. So what will be the output? So which case it will execute? Here if you see in single quotes it is given A. So case 97, so whenever it considers the value of A in single quotes means it takes a ASCII value of A. So what is the ASCII value of A? ASCII value of A is 97. Case 97 it will consider 97, and also here case single quote A is there. So what is the output? 98. If you observe here, of course case single quote A it has to execute and it has to print 98, but here you can see case 97 is there. 97 means indirectly it is a ASCII value of A. So that means here you are giving same cases, like whatever you have given here, whatever you have given here, both are same. So that's why it is the compiler gives an error here, because it's a duplicate case statement error. So you are giving same case values and you want to give different outputs. So this is not allowed here. So that's why it is an error. It will not print 98 here. So the answer is C here. So which one is not a keyword in C language? So you can observe auto is a keyword, main you need to check it, case is a keyword, register is a keyword. So the answer is B. So main you are using for function name, that is user defined function. So always execution of any C program starts from main function only, that is a function name, that's it. So you cannot say it's a reserved keyword. Okay, so answer is B. So here question number 39, int x equals to 10. So x value here 10. It's a do while, here it is given. So do x plus plus, so x value will become anyway 11. And then it comes to the condition while x plus plus. See here, x plus plus means it has to increment plus plus and then greater than it needs to check, which has to do first. So plus plus or greater than. Anyway, if you consider operator precedence, so plus plus is first, so x plus plus, so x value will become 12. So 12 is greater than 12? No, condition is false, then comes out of the loop. And now printf percentage x. What is x value? 12. 12 will be printed. So answer is C, that is 12. Coming to the question number 40. So here initially a equals to 1, I have written. Printf size of a is percentage. So size of operator you are using, size of plus plus a. Now you can observe plus plus a, it is given. Of course some increment you can say. Now you can observe here, even if it is a plus plus a or if you increment the value, but the data type is not changing. So size of, in the sense size of will give the size of the given data type of a variable. So what is the variable here? A. What is the data type? Int. What is the size of integer variable? Of course here by default we are taking it as 2 is the size. Of course some advanced compilers you can take it as 4. Anyway here we are considering it as 2. And now value of percentage a. So what is the a value? 1. But here it is incremented. Even if it is increment operator is here, it will not increment inside the size of operator. So the value of a will be as it is here. So if you write something increment or decrement something in size of, it will not do the process here in the location of a. So a value will be as it is. So value of a is 1 only. So the answer is size of a is 2 and value of a is 1. So option A here. Of course if you don't find this sort of the answer in your options, what you need to do? You need to check for this answer, that is 4, 1. Why? Because some of the advanced compilers are taking for the integer, that is 4 bytes. So that's why you can check for this one. So either 2, 1 or 4, 1. Here you can see 2, 1 is there. That's why the answer is A. Coming to the question number 41. So which of the following condition checks will print 10 twice? So before going into this question, so first we'll go to this question. Find the output. Here int c comma a equals to 25. So a value is 25 here. Now c equals to printf percentage d comma a. So what is the c value? What is the c value will be assigned? Anyway, before going into c value, first this printf statement has to execute, no? So it will be executed and it has to print a value, that is 25 will be printed first. After that c equals to, what is c equals to? That means printf means here it will take percentage d a. That means what is a value it will consider? What is a value? 25. So how many symbols it has? That answer. So how many symbols it is? Totally 2 symbols. So your c value will be equals to 2. Now here let us suppose if I have something like 356. So 356, totally 3 values. Like this it will consider the count of number of symbols here. So c value will become 2 here. So printf percentage d c. What is c value? 2. So it has to print the output as first a, then c, that is 25 comma 2. So the answer is B. So like this it will consider. So if you write another statement like this, printf percentage d something like a comma a, let us suppose for this program. So what is c value then? So percentage d, what is percentage d here? 25. Here one more percentage d, a value. What is a value? 25. So totally how many symbols? 4. So c equals to 4. Like this it will consider. Now if you add something like slash n, so totally 4 slash n is 1. So totally 4 plus 1, your c value will become 5. Like this it will consider whenever you write a statement like this. So assigning a printf statement to a variable, how it will consider. So this is the procedure. So like this you can find. Now coming to the question number 41. Which of the following condition checks will print 10 twice? So here, which one if I add, so that this output will be printed like this, 2 times of 10 comma 10, like this it has to print. So which of the following is correct? So we'll see this one. So first, if what I need to include here, A, B, C or D. So if I include A, let us up, if A double equals to 10, if I write like this, what happens, we'll see. So if A double equals 10, what is A value? 10. 10 double equals 10, relational. So it is true. So that's why it will print percentage A. That means 10 will be printed. So it comes out of the block. That means A is printing only once. So this is not the answer. Now if I take this one, A less than or equals to 10, that means 10 less than or equals 10. Yes, it is true. It is not less than but equals. So 10 less than or equals 10 equals. So true, and it will print 10 only once. So this answer is not correct. If we see this one, if of printf. So what is this printf value? Printf slash n percentage d. I explained no already. So slash n count is 1, percentage d, what is A value? 10. So 1 comma 0. So 2 symbols. 2. So 1 plus 2 totally 3. So here you will get total 3 here. So once again, printf slash n is a 1 count. What is percentage d? The value A 10. So 10 means 1 0, 2 symbols. So 1 plus 2, which is 3. So if 3, which is a non-zero, so it will print 10 once. But remember this point, if you write printf, this one here, it will print first 10. It will print first 10, then the condition is true, again it come here. Now it will print again 10. So 10 you will get 2 times here when you take this option. This you need to remember. First in the if condition it has to print this one, A value, what is that? 10. Then the condition is true, that's why it is printing 10. So this is a process happens if you write printf in if condition. So the answer is C. So coming to the question number 43, what will be the output of the following arithmetic expression? So arithmetic expression, here we have plus, multiplication, then percentile which gives the remainder, then minus, then multiplication. So anyway we need to follow operator precedence table. We'll see these operators where they are. Now here into is there, here percentile, here plus, here minus. So which you need to do first? Multiplication, you have multiplication 2 times you have, and percentile. If I have more than one, I need to go for left to right. I'll follow this. Now so multiplication, then percentile, then this multiplication. After that again this also left to right, this one I need to consider. So this multiplication first, then this, like this I'll go. So first multiplication 3 into 2, so 5 plus 3 into 2 which is 6, percentile 10 minus 8 into 6. Next percentile 6 percentile 10. So if I divide 6 with 10, the remainder is 6 only. So here 5 plus 6 minus 8 into 6. Then the third one is this multiplication 8 into 6, that is 48. Here 5 plus 6. Next is fourth plus, so 5 plus 6 11 minus 48. So final operation minus 37. So the answer is minus 37. Option A is the correct answer. So this is a sum theory question. Difference between structure and union. So of course D is not the right answer. There is no difference, it is given. We can define functions within structures but not within a union. We can define functions within union but not within a structure. So these two statements are contrasting, which are not at all true. So only the difference we'll find in structure and union is the way memory is allocated. In structure we will allocate the memory for each individual variable separately, whereas in union we will allocate common memory. So that is the main difference in structure and union. So answer C is correct. So coming to the question number 45. Why structures are used? Structures can be used to hold different data types. Yes, we'll hold different data types in structure. You can write like this, struct. You can write something like int a, something like char b, something like float, something c, like this. Anyway you can write. So here you can use to hold different data types. To have pointers to structures, yes, we can have pointers to structures. To assign one to another, we can assign like this also. So the answer is all the above. So the option D is correct answer. Coming to the question number 46. So what will be the output of the following program? So here int a equals to 2 it is taken. So here switch of a. So switch case, a value is 2. So when a value is true for any case, that has to be executed. So now if you consider switch of a value is 2. First case 1, anyway it will not be executed. Now case 2. So this is satisfying the value. Case 2 it will go here, and in case 2 you have continue. So what is continue actually? So whenever you find continue will skip the remaining statements in the block and again has to go to the initial step of the block. But remember one more point, continue has to be written in the loop only. So continue has to be written in the loop only, but here switch is not a looping statement. So here you have written continue in the switch, it's a conditional statement. So here it will give an error. So it is the answer A, that is error. So it will not give output here. Question number 47. Which among the following is never possible in C when members in a structure are same as that of union? So here he has taken P is one structure, Q is union. So like this we can take struct to P, and here I'll take union Q. Now what the question is, which is not possible? It is not asking which is a possible. So and also he is saying when members in a structure and are same as that of union. Whatever the members here you have, here also you have same thing. So whenever it allocates memory for P, so it will check each variable and what is the data type, and the total memory will be allocated separately. Whereas for union, it will check for each variable memory and which is the maximum, that is only will be allocated. Now if you see the first option, size of P is greater than size of Q. Maybe it is possible. Why? Because size of P, so size of structure is greater than size of Q. Definitely it is possible, because here you have the variables, whatever the variables you have, maybe same variables here also, but here separate memory, that's why it here it may be greater, here it may be less. So this is possible. And size of P is equals to the size of Q. This may be also possible if here only one member, here also only one member if you have, then it is also possible. So size of P is less than to size of Q. So size of P, when it will be less than to Q, never it will become. Why? Because here it, even if you have only single, it will be equal. So here the memory, if you consider for structure and union, the memory in the union can never be greater than to the structure when it comes to the same members. So that is the thing, that's why this is never possible. So that is only is asking never possible in C with respect to structure and union. So it may be greater than, it may be equal, but size of the P is never less than size of the Q. That is, size of the structure is never less than size of the Q. So the answer is C. Question number 48. What will be the size of the following structure? So here it may be a simple one. Struct temp is a structure. So for integer, for each integer 2 bytes if I consider. Of course some advanced compilers it may be taken as 4 bytes. So 2 bytes if I consider. So for 10 variables. Array, it's a collection of similar data elements. For each value 2 bytes, totally 10 into 2 20, and for char only 1 byte, that is total 20 plus 1 21. So answer is A. So some compilers it will take 4, no, so you may check this one also. 4 into 10 40, and for char it is 1, so totally 41. So there is no option, that's why you need to consider this answer A. So what will be the output of the following statement? So printf 3 plus, in double quotes we have written goodbye. So how it will consider when you write like this statement? So it will consider here is, if you write 3 means it will skip in your double quotes 3 symbols. First 3 symbols it will skip, and whatever the remaining, from that it will print. So the position of this printing starts from here. So if you write here only 2, it will print from here, So if you write here something like 4, so total GOOD, good will be skipped and only bye will be printed. So like this. Now for our question, 3 symbols has to be removed, and this is the answer. Like this it will print. Remember this point. So coming to the question number 50. What is prototype of a function in C? Of course, prototype, there is no further logic for this. It is simply the synonym for here, like declaration of a function. So in a function, whenever you are using a function in a C programming, you have 3 properties, like one is function declaration, the second one is function call, the third one is function definition. So function declaration, it will be written top of the program, which is also, we call it as a prototype of a function. So telling the compiler that there is a user defined function in the program, that is about function declaration or function prototype, we call it as. Coming to the question number 51. Here this program is with respect to the static storage class. We know that there are 4 storage classes. One is auto, the second one is register, third one is static, and fourth one is extra. So now we are going with the static. So when the variable is declared as static, so what happens, how the execution will differ, we'll see here. So initially I have given one function prototype here. This is, we call it as function declaration. The function name is display. So void main, then display of 60. So it has to execute display of 60 function. So it comes to here where a value is 60. Yeah, here static int p. So first I am writing here a value is 60, and here static int p. So whenever I declare a variable as static int, by default the value will be 0. Even if you don't initialize any value, it will take the default value as 0. So if you don't write static here, the value will be garbage, but if you write static, it will be 0. Now p++, now p value will become 1 here. Then printing what you are printing, p value as well as a value, that is p comma a. So 1 comma 60 will be printed. Next we'll go to the next, that is display of 80. Now if you see the display of 80, again it has to come to this function. Now a value will be changed as 80. Static in p here. So what is p value here? So initially the value is 0. Now what is p value? The 1 will be taken now. So here now p value is 1. So this value is only will be taken here. It will not take like again p equals 0. So that is the difference here for a simple variable and static variable. For static variables, if you declare, the value will be initialized only once. Now if you see p++, that means previous p value is 1, now it will become 2. So if you print p comma a, so now it will print 2 comma a value is 80. Now if you go here, display of 40, so here it comes, and p value, what is the previous value? 2, 2++, that is 3, and a value is 40. Like this it will print. Next p value, that is 4 and 70. Next p value 5 and 20 here. So like this it will print. So if you don't write here static, and if you initialize something like 0 here, the output will differ. Anyway, that also we will see in the next questions. So now the output of this program will be like this. Now coming to the question number 52. Again the same thing, but I changed here static in p equals to 2. So if I don't give here p value, the initial p value is 0, but here I have given initially 2. So the initial value is 2. Now again p plus plus, now it will become 3. So you are printing p value, then a value is 60. So 3 comma 60. Now again display of 80. So it has to come to this function. Now static in p equals to 2. So will it assign? No. So initialization of the value will take only once in static. So that's why again p plus plus, that's why 4 here. 4 comma a value is 80. Now coming to the next, display of 40. Again coming to here static int. So here p value, what is the previous p value? 4. So now it will be incremented to 5. Like this it will consider. So it's not like you are again initializing, again p value will become 2. It's not like that. So it will take whatever the previous value that will reside in the variable only. So next, display of 70. So it will take 6 comma 70 here, then 7 comma 20. Like this it will consider even if you initialize the static variable. So this is the output. Now coming to this question, what will be the output? Now where are the changes? So static in p is there. After incrementing, you are initializing here. Now what happens, we'll see. So static in p means initially p value is 0 of course, but p plus plus, then it will become 1. But now what you are doing here, p equals to 6. Now this 1 is replacing by 6. Now p value is 6. So 6 comma a value is 60, you will get it. Now coming to here, display of 80. Here if you take static in p plus plus means p value previous is 6 will become now 7, but you are again assigning p value is 6. That means 7 is replaced with 6. So again 6 comma 80. Now you can see the next one, 6 comma 40, next 6 comma 70, 6 comma 20. Like this it will consider. If you make this initialization in the static, only it will take once, but if you take this assignment other than in the variable declaration, it will consider that value only. So this is the main difference if you consider. So the output will be like this. Now coming to this question. So here you can observe what will be the output of this. And if you observe clearly, I have not written any static here. This is a simple program, program which is using function where there is no static storage class. So what happens here? Initially in main function, display of 60 it will come and it executes this display, and int p equals to 2. Initially p value is 2. P plus plus means now p will become 3. Then you are printing p comma a 3 comma 60. Now it will go here, display of 80, it comes here. Now you can see it's not static, it is a simple variable. So p is assigned to 2. Now again p value will become now 2 only. Now 2 plus plus again 3. So 3 comma 80. So like this. Now again 3 comma 40, 3 comma 70, 3 comma 20. Like this it will consider. So this is the difference you can observe whenever you declare it as static and without static. So coming to the question number 55. So the statement that printf, what it will print. So this is a ternary operator. 2 ternary operators are there. How it will execute in general? So first it will check this value, this condition. If it is true, it takes this value, otherwise false value. In other words, we can say that if this value is non-zero, it will execute this one, this part. If this value is 0, it will execute this part. So now 10 means non-zero. That's why it has to take this value. So now 10 is there. That's why it has to consider this value. Now if you consider this part 0 means again it will check the condition whether the value is 0 or non-zero. It is 0. That's why it has to take this part. If it is non-zero, it will take this part. So finally what is the value it is taking? 1. So it will print the %d value is 1 only. The answer is D. Like this we will consider if there is a more than one ternary operator. If you find here something like 0, directly it will take 12 value. So it will not consider this one. So that is the main difference. Coming to the question number 56. This is the program with respect to the pointers. So we will see here what will be the output it will print for a of I and b of I. Has defined n equals to 5. So this is the preprocessor directive. So where n value, wherever n is there, it will be replaced with 5 when it executes. So here int a of n, a of 5. Then of course I have taken float b of n. So b is a floating array, a is an integer array. I have taken two pointers, pointer p and pointer q. Q is for floating array and p is for integer array. This is a pointer. Now here you can see this is a for loop. I equals 0, I less than n value is 5, I plus plus. Where here we are assigning for each value, that is each index you are assigning the value 1 for a and you are assigning 0.3 for b. Let us suppose we will consider like this. So this is array a, that is a of, so this is array b. Now where the index starts from 0. So the meaning of this for loop is like a of 0, that is I value 0, a of 0 is 1, and then I value 1, a of 1 is 1, a of 2 is 1, like this. And for b also, b of 0 is 0.3, b of 1, b of 2, b of 3, b of 4, like this it has. Now here you can see the pointer p, what you are assigning to pointer p, that is the address of a of 3. Where is a of 3? Here. So this address you are assigning, that means now your pointer p is here in this location. And q is equals to ampersand b of 3. So where is b of 3? Here. So your q pointer is in this location right now. Now you are assigning pointer p is equals to 5. So that means here you are assigning the value 5. That means in this location you are changing this value to 5. Very simple one. Now pointer p of p minus 1. What is p minus 1? That means you need to take the previous location, that is this location. So in this location, so it is changing to this location, your pointer is changing to this location and you are assigning value 7 here. So you are replacing 1 with 7 here. Now pointer p plus 1, that means from p you need to go forward and you need to assign the value 9 here. So like this you need to assign. So after that pointer q is equals to, this is 0.2. So where is pointer q? Here. So this 0.3 has to replace with 0.2. Now pointer q minus 1. So we are going to the q minus 1 location, that means this location. This is the value 0.4. Now q plus 1. So this is the location. Now assigning this value with 0.6. So like this we have assigned. Now you have to print the array a and array b. So what it will print, like 1 1 7 5 9 for array a, and for array b 0.3 0.3, then 0.4, then 0.2 0.6. So like this it will assign. We need to understand the concept of pointers like this. So the output is, you can observe here, and we will see some more complex problem in pointers. We will take this question. So what will be the output of this program? We'll see. So here we have 8 different outputs we need to get. How it will be assigned? We'll see. So int a of, we have taken an array with size of 5. So the array a, where 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the values are also initialized. Now pointer p is equals to a plus 2. Now initially where is the pointer? A plus 2. That means in this location. So your pointer is now in this location. Now n value is equals to pointer p. So pointer p is in this location. So the value inside the pointer location, that is address location, is 8. So n value is 8 right now. So printf output 1 is equals percentage d n, means it will print 8. Next, n equals to pointer plus plus p. So n equals to pointer plus plus p. Now what happens here? Initially plus plus p means the location has to be incremented. That means your present location, you need to change the location to the next location. That means your pointer will be here right now, in this third location right now. Now you need to check what is the value inside this location. What is the value? 4. So now output to %n means now the value is 4. So n equals to 4 right now. Now where is our pointer? Right now here you have. Now n equals to pointer of minus p. Now you are in this location. You are not in this location right now. So you are in this location. You need to decrement now that location. That means again, that is minus p means you are coming to this location. Again to the second location. That is minus p means you are coming to this location and again asking for the value. That is pointer. Here pointer means it is checking for the value inside this location. What is that value? 8. So that will be assigned to n and that has to print. That is the third output is again 8. Now your pointer is in this location. So now coming to here, p minus. But here you can observe here it is post decrement. So what is post decrement? First it will assign the value, then it will decrement. In our previous assignments we have pre-increments and pre-decrement. That's why first it will decrement then assign. But here post decrement. That's why first it has to take what is pointer p value. What is pointer p? Where is our p? Right now here. So what is the value? 8. 8 will be assigned to n. So n output is 8 will be printed again here for 4. Output is 8 will be printed. And what about the location? This value p minus. The location will be now decremented. So now your p value will be here. So remember this point. First it will assign, then it will decrement the location value. So first it is assigned to n. That's why we received the output as 8. Then decrementing the location. Now your p value is here in this location 1. Now coming to here, n equals to pointer p plus. Again it is a post one, that is post increment. So first it will assign the value. So here what is the value inside the location? 2. 2 will be assigned to n and that has to be printed first. That is 2 will be assigned and printed. Then you need to increment not the location, you need to increment the value. Here you can see the braces. Here there are no braces, that's why location is decremented. Here braces, that's why value should be incremented. So first it has to assign, then value should be incremented. So what is the value inside this location? 2. Now it is incremented to 3. See, your location has not changed yet. Remember this point. So here if you place braces means location is here itself, but only you are incrementing the value after assigning. Now output 5 is over. Next coming to here, n equals plus of pointer p. Now what is pointer p value? What is a pointer p value? 3. You are incrementing that value. That's it. You are not changing the location. You are just incrementing the value. So your value will 3 will become 4 here. Now that 4 has to be assigned to n. So if you print that, here 4 will be printed for output 6. Now coming to here, minus pointer p. So what is pointer p now? Pointer p value is 4 right now. So that 4 has to be decremented then assigned. Why? Because it is a pre-decrement. So pointer p value is 4. 4 now you need to decrement, that is 3. That 3 has to be assigned to n. So now n value will become 3. So that 3 will be printed here. Now coming to the last one, here plus p. So only location has to be incremented. So where is our location? Here. So if I increment, here I will come. Your now p value is here itself. Now plus p I incremented. Then what is the value inside that? So what is the value? 8. 8 has to be assigned to n and n has to be printed finally. So this is a procedure happens when you consider different types of increments and decrements with respect to pointers, and you can observe different behaviors whenever you place braces, whenever you don't place braces, and also for increments and decrements. Now coming to the question number 58. So int a equals 25. Here you are printing what? Of course only a, but you are printing this percentile O means octal representation, percentile x means hexadecimal. Simply the value a which is in decimal right now. So what is octal? You need to consider. and here what is hexadecimal. So 25 base 10 you need to find hexadecimal, that will be printed here. So 25 in decimal, in octal it is 31, 25 in decimal, in hexadecimal it is 19. So the answer is 31 comma 19 will be printed. That is answer D is the correct. So question number 59, what will be the value of A after the following code is executed? So you can observe here, A equals to, it's a preprocessor directive, square of x is equals to x into x, square of 2 plus 3. It's not like 2 plus 3 equals to 5, 5 square is 25. This is not the correct answer. So the execution will be like this. A equals to square of, so square of x means you need to replace it with x. So first x will be replaced with 2 plus 3. Next into, and here next x will be replaced with 2 plus 3. Now if you calculate this one, what is this? So we need to follow the operator precedence. So multiplication has highest precedence than plus, that's why I need to do this first. That is 3 into 2, which is 6, then 2 plus 6 plus 3. If you have same operator, then you need to follow the associativity. Here for plus, it is left associative, that's why first you need to go for 2 plus 6, that is 8, then plus 3, 11 is the answer. That is answer C is the correct one. So question number 60, what will be the output of the following statement? So char of x, it's a string, it is defined, hello, space, then hi, like this it is given. So you are printing %LD, that is a size of as well as size of pointer x as well as size of x. So how it will consider? First of all, you consider here how many symbols are there in that string. You can count here, these are 5 plus 2, this is 7, 7, here one space, that is 8, that is total string length is 8. But whenever you consider it, in order to store this string, so in C compilers, if you are taking a string means the last symbol must be the null character. That's why whenever you want to store this string, the total size that is required is for this 8 symbols as well as for null characters. So total size it is required is 9. That you need to remember. It's not like 8. So the size of x will be, what is the size of x? For each character that is 1 byte. That's why totally 9 bytes is required. That is size of x is 9 here. Then what about this size of pointer x? Pointer x means it is address which will be considered only once, one character at a time. That's why only how many bytes are required for character, that is only 1 byte at a time. So that's why size of pointer x at any instance will be only 1 byte. So that's why the answer is 1 comma 9. So answer D is the correct one. Remember this point. Even if you take pointer x, the total size of will not be like 9. It will be only 1 at a time. So like this it will be executed. Coming to the question number 61. So here it is given A equals to 10, B equals to 10, C equals nothing. It is initialized. So I am writing here. So A equals to 10, B equals 2, C equals nothing is initialized. Now here you can see A equals to not, C equals to C double equals to, and then logical operator, then plus plus B. If you see this, anyway braces are highest priority. So in this, if you see double equals to first, so C double equals to C, what is the value? So no value is assigned. So we can see that this is a garbage value, this is also the same garbage value, it can consider. That's why both are equal. That's why it will return the value as 1. So now that 1 value will be assigned to C here. C value will become 1 now. Now not of 1, negation of the non-zero value, this total will become now 0. Now 0 and plus plus B, what is B? 2. It is a pre-increment, that's why now it will consider 3. Remember this point, it will consider the value 3, but here it will not be assigned. In the memory location, the value will not be changed if you consider this logical operations. Now if you see 0 logical and with 3, that means 0 and with non-zero value. I can say that it's a false and true. So as per the logic from logical AND. So false and true will become false. False in the sense 0. So in logical AND operation, if both are true, if both are non-zero, then only non-zero value will get. If anyone is 0, the value will become 0. So that 0 will be assigned to A. Now in place of A, instead of 10, the value will be 0. Coming to here, C plus C equals to. What is C plus C equals to? Means C equals to C plus. So C equals C plus A plus B minus minus. Now if you see here, of course braces are highest priority. In that, what is A value? 0. And you can say B minus minus. It's a post decrement. That's why first it will consider B value. What is that? 2. It will consider. Then what is C value? 1. So 1 plus 0 plus 2, which is 3. So 3 will be assigned to C. Now what about B? B minus minus. Now it will be decremented. So this is about post decrement. First the value will be taken. After that the decrement will happen. So now you can see what are the values in ABC. A is 0, B 1, C 3. So you can print here BCA. So in the order of BCA you will get the values are 1, 3 and 0. So which option? The option C is the right answer. So like this it will consider, and you may observe that if the increment or decrement is in the logical AND operation, the value inside the memory will not be changed, whereas it is in the simple arithmetic operation, the value will be changed. Remember this point. If it is a pre-increment or pre-decrement, first the value will be incremented or decremented, then it will be assigned, whereas post-increment or post-decrement, the value will be assigned, then incremented or decremented. So like this it will happen. So the answer is C. Coming to the question number 62. So here it is given A equals 5, B is 6 and C equals 9. So here it is about ternary operator. It will consider first this check. A is greater than B, 5 greater than 6, no. If this is true, this will be executed. If this is false, this will be executed. So now 5 is greater than 6, it is a false. That's why it has to take this one. Again in this, again ternary operation, C greater than B, it will check it. 9 is greater than 6, yes, true. That's why this value will be taken, otherwise 8 will be taken. So 9 is greater than 6, yes. So that's why this 6 value will be taken. So 6 value will be assigned to D. Now D value will become 6. So printf percentage %d comma D. So what is D value? 6. The answer is C. Now coming to the next question. I value it is given as 3. Here it is printing. We generally feel that I equals to 3, then I plus plus. Anyway 3 will be printed, then incremented. So 3 comma 3, we feel that 3 is the right answer, but this is wrong one. Why? Because if you see this, here you have post decrement operation. If you see the operator precedence table, here you can observe that increment or decrement, the associativity is from right to left. So execution starts from right. Now if we consider this associativity, so here from right to left, so I plus plus. So first it has to take 3, has to be printed, then plus plus. Now I value will become 4. Now coming to the next one, what is that? I. So what is I value? 4. So like this it will consider, that is about right to left associativity. Now what it is printing? 4, 3. The answer is B. So B is the correct answer. Now we'll see some more examples, some more questions with respect to this sort of operations. So going with this, I equals to 3, printf percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. I have given here I plus plus, then I, then plus plus I. So now if you consider that associativity, here it is right to left you need to consider, not from left to right. So I value initially 3. So directly I am going here. So plus plus I. So I value is 3. Now it is pre-increment. That's why it has to increment first, then it has to print. So I value will be incremented to 4 and 4 has to be printed here. Now coming to the next one. So what is I value now? 4. 4 as it is, it will be printed. Now coming to the next one, I plus plus. It's a post increment. That's why first the value will be printed, then incremented. So I is now 4. 4 will be printed, then incremented. That means if you write here something like printf percentage d I, now why? Because I value is incremented afterwards, so I value will become 5 here. So like this it will happen. So for our question the answer is 4 4 4. So option B is the correct one. Now for this question, if you consider the same associativity, so starting from here, that is from right to left, so I plus plus I value initially 3, so 3 will be printed first, then it has to increment. Now I value will become 4. So here 4 minus minus, so first it is post decrement, 4 has to be printed first, then it has to decrement. Now here coming to I, as it is I has to print. Now coming to here, what is I value? 3. So it is pre-decrement. So first decrement I value, next print I value. So what is I value now? 2. So like this it will happen. The output will be 2 3 4 3. So option A is a correct answer. Coming to the question number 66. So here one function defined, that is func, and that function is called twice inside the main function. So we'll see how the execution works. So here int main function, it directly, this is a function call, so it directly goes to the where the function is, function definition is, this is the function definition, so it directly executes this function. Now here int x equals to 0, so here x equals to 0, and static into y is a static variable, x is a simple variable. Now y value it is assigned with 0. Anyway, if you don't assign also, this y value will become initially 0. Why? Because it is a static variable. Now if you see x plus plus, that means x value will be incremented by 1, y plus plus means y value will be incremented also by 1. So printf percentage d hyphen percentage d, that means x value y value it has to print, that is 1 hyphen 1. Now this function execution over. Now coming to here, again it has to redirect to the function definition. Now int x equals to 0, that means the value of x previously it is 1, now it will be assigned with 0. But here static int y equals to 0, whereas it is a static variable. For static variable the initialization happens only once. Even this statement executes y equals 0, because of static this value will not change. Remember this point. So static into y it is given equals to 0, previous y value is 1, now it remains as it is. If you don't write here static, this y value also will become 0, but here you have written static, means this value will remains. So that's why y value is 1 only, not 0. Now x plus plus, now x value is 0, 0 plus plus, that is 1. And what about y value? Y plus plus, previous y value is 1, now it will become 2. Now remember this point. So x value is 1, y value is 2. So percentage d x comma y, if you print, so 1 hyphen 2 will be printed. So this is the output you will get, and return 0. So what is the answer? If you observe in the options, so the option D is the correct one. So this is the answer. So coming to question number 67, y of 4, that is an array which array takes the values, 4 number of values. So index starts from 0. Now here one pointer is assigned, so pointer variable is declared and that is assigned to y plus 2. So what is y plus 2? To the location of y of 2. So y plus 2 means that pointer variable now at the location 2. So what is y plus 2? That is 8 will be assigned to pointer. So now the pointer ptr is here. You can take this one, y plus 2 means directly your pointer is right now at y plus 2. So printf percentage d ptr of 1. So what is ptr of 1? If you consider, if you take this one, pointer is now means this is indirectly we can say ptr of 0. So we can say this is PTR of 0. Now that is in pointers PTR is equals to PTR plus 0. Now PTR of 1. What is PTR of 1? Which is equals to PTR plus 1 like this. Now I require the value inside PTR of 1, that is pointer. So what is plus 1? This is 3. So in this location what is the value? 9. So the answer is D. Like this it will happen. You can observe once again. Pointer, where is its location? From that location I am incrementing 1. So if you say pointer means this is indirectly PTR plus 0, which is equals to y plus 2. Pointer PTR of plus 0, indirectly we can say it is P of 0. That is PTR of 0. So now PTR of 1 means y plus 2 plus 1, y plus 3, which is the location, this one, that is the value is 9. So the answer is D here. Remember this point. So coming to the question number 68. So here if printf C question bank. So now if you see here, inside if printf is there, first of all we need to check with printf what is there. Printf C question bank. So first it will print this one. That means C question bank will be printed first. First it will print C question bank. Now if condition, what this total value. I explained in the previous video lectures that if you write printf like this, what is the value of this? If let us suppose if I assign like printf ABC. So what is C value here is, it will count the symbols. Total symbols are 3. Like this if you count here, some value you will get which is non-zero value. So if of non-zero means this only will execute, it will not execute else part. So it will execute if part only. If this value is 0, then it will go directly for else part. So this value is non-zero. So that is 13. So that's why if of 13. So if of 13 means, if of non-zero means it has to execute this part. So printf I know C. That means it will print I know C also. So first it will execute C question bank, then it will execute I know C. So totally the answer is C question bank I know C. So this C is the correct answer. You can observe. So it will not go for else part. So the answer is C. Coming to the question number 69. So has define call of x hash x. If you write like this, printf %x, it has to print call of C/C++. So if you call this, it has to print hash followed by C/C++. So actually it has to print like this, but if you consider here, it is skipping this hash, whatever the symbol is there. If you write hash like this, so hash will be skipped here. It is skipped and the remaining only will be printed. What is the remaining? C/C++. So the option D is correct answer, not the C1. So remember this point also. If you write hash like this, so that hash will not be printed. And one more question here, similar to that here. Has define message wherever you have message, it has to write union is /power of C. So even if you do like this, %s message, what is message? It has to write all those things. But here this symbol will be skipped here also. So you need to remember this point also, even if it is hash and even if it is slash. So here it will be skipped and it only prints the remaining. So option A is not, option B is the right. Option C, if you see, it's a capital letter, it will not make it as capital P, uppercase of P. So it's nowhere compiler error. So the option B is the correct answer. There is no further logic. Coming to the question number 71. So here if you see, int a comma b, two variables are declared. So a equals to 1 comma 3 comma 15. Of course you can write like this, it's not an error. So how the value will be taken here? If you see here, it is given 1 comma 3 comma 15. So if you give like this, it will take what is the first value. So what is the first value? 1 only will be assigned to a. So a value will become 1. Even if you write any number of values, whatever the first value, only that will be taken to a. Then what about this b? So b equals to 2 comma 4 comma 6. Of course, if you don't write these braces, b value will be taken as 2, but if you write braces, it will take the last value. Even if you write any number of whatever the last value is there, that will be taken here. So what is the b value? So 2 comma 4 comma 6, the last value is 6. So b value is 6. If you don't put braces here, b value will become 2. So like this it will happen when you write braces, when you write without braces. So a value is 1, b value is 6. So here it is asking a plus b. What is a plus b? 1 plus 6, which is 7. So the answer is D. Now going to the next one, 72, question number 72. So here like that similar problem, but here we see int I equals 0. Here it is checking the condition 0 double equals 0. Of course the condition is true, that's why it will go inside of if condition. Now if you see here, if I equals to, here it will take first I equals to, so braces are first priority. If you consider inside braces I equals to 3 here, so 3 will be taken here. Now 5 comma 3, so 5 comma 3 like this it is. So if I don't put braces, I value will become 5. Now braces are there, that's why I value will become 3. So now 3 comma here 1, so 3 comma 1, so again braces, so value will be taken as 1 here. So the I value will become 1. Like this it happens when you consider braces. So the answer is C. Question number 73 here. So void main, static main. So remember this point here, main is not a registered keyword. Of course here main is used for function call. So any program if you write in C, the execution always starts from main function, but here I am not writing it as a function. If you make here, this is a function, it's not a function, it's a variable. So I have taken main is one variable where it is defined with static, that's why the default value of main is 0. So here int x, so what is x value? Here you can see call of main, so it directly calls the function call. So this is call of int address. So what is address value? So address value, anyway this is actual parameter, this is formal parameter. So actual parameter main value is 0, so it copies here. The formal parameter address value is also 0 here. So here address plus plus, so address value will become 1. Now return address, what is address value? 1 will be returned here. So x value will become 1 here. So x value is 1. Printf %ldx, so x value is 1 will be printed. So the answer is B here. So question number 74, here it is given hash include string dot h. In the main printf %ld size of string. Remember here it is not exactly with respect to this, here double quote string. So string is a one word here, so that means string. So in order to store one word, one string, here I require how many bytes? For each character 1 byte, like this 1 2 3 4 5 6. And in C, if you make one word as a string, that means the last value must be null character, that also must be stored. So that's why 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So total size that is required for to store this word string is 7. And string length of string, what is the length of the string? That is 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, string length is 6, but what about size, which includes null character? That's why 7. So the output is 7 comma 6. So the answer D is correct one. Remember this point where null is also will be added whenever you find size of any string. Question number 75, where are local variables are stored? So two types of variables, local and global variables. First let me take this example here. So here I is a variable, it is declared twice. So int I, which is a global outside of the main function. Here I is equals 9, which is local to main function. Now this is local, this is global. Now if you take I value, first I value will be taken as 8. Next, inside main, if you take I value, it is taking as 9. Now if you print I is equals to, which value will be printed, whether local or global? So definitely local value will be taken first. Here I value is 9. That means what happens here? First, even if you take the global value, whichever comes last, of course if you write something like local, of course one value will come. That means whichever comes last will be taking first. So that's why this is a concept of last in first out. So definitely it's a concept of stack. That's why local variables are stored in stack memory. So remember this point. Whenever you declare a variable local as well as global, first it will take the local value only. So the answer C is correct. Coming to the question number 76. So here one structure is defined with 3 integer variables, that is P, C and M. Now here you can see colon 3 here also colon 2. So what is the meaning here? The meaning here is actually integer takes 2 bytes of memory here, but here it is restricting with only 3 bits. So like this. So the variable P will be stored in only 3 bits. The variable C is also will be stored in 3 bits, and M with only 2 bits. So like this it will be. So we'll see here how the execution happens. So struct marks S equals to 2 minus 6 and 5, like P equals to 2, C equals to minus 6 and M equals to 5 here. Now P equals to 2, if you convert it into binary, the value will become so 0 1 0. Now minus 6, if you take minus 6, the value will become 1 0 1 0. Now M equals to 5, so the value will become 1 0 1. Now these are the binary values for the respective decimal values here. Now if you print S dot P, that is the value, so it has to print 2. So here it is taking 3 bytes, that's why 0 1 0 it will take. So the value 2 anyway will be printed 2 here. Now if you consider S dot C, what is C value? 1 0 1 0. So how many bits it has to take here? It is restricting 3 only. So if you write like this 1 0 1 0, so it will take only 3 bits, that's why these 3 only will be taken, this will not be taken. So that's why 0 1 0. What is 0 1 0 means? In decimal the value is 2. So like this it will take when you write variable followed by the value here. So now coming to the M, that is 2, that is actual value is 101. If you write 101, so only 2 bytes, that's why this will be neglected, only 01. What is 01 in decimal? That is 1. So the output should be 221. So like this it will happen. You can take a number of examples also. So if you change the value also. So here the meaning of the colon is, that is it is restricting with that those number of bits only it will consider. So remaining bits it will neglect, whatever the remaining value that only will be taken here. So the output here is 221. So the answer C is correct one. Remember this point also. Question number 77. The similarity among structure, union and enumeration. Some theory part. So size of all of them do not vary from program to program. Of course this is the wrong one. Definitely it varies. So all of them let us define a new data types. So I think these are all derived data types. We call them as new data types. We'll see the next options also. All of them let us define new pointers. No, always the same pointers only. All of them let us define new values. Not exactly. So the answer B is a correct one. So which of the below has the highest precision? So we may have a doubt in this, like whether it is of course float and double, we can say that double is the highest precision, but coming to unsigned long int and double, which is the highest priority. So we'll have some confusion, that's why I have given. So here if you see for long int and double is only the highest precision. So that's why the answer is B only. So which double takes 10 bytes, whereas long int takes only 8 bytes. So question number 79. So here it is given extern. So it's a storage class. So we have 4 storage classes: auto, register, static and extern. So extern variable it is given as x. So inside main the value is of x is, here it has to take, but before this printf no value is taken, but here it is given x, that's why it will check for where is an external x value. So if you see this x equals 23, which is external for this main function, so x is 23, that will be taken here. So that x value will be taken here. You have written this outside this main function, so that's why this 23 will be taken. There is no chance of getting error here. So x equals 2, this will not be printed here. So first it will take this external value, that's why 23 is your output. The answer C is correct. So comment the output of this code here. So a of I 1 2 3 4 5 it is given. Now for this array I am checking here with the loop I equals 0. So initially 0. Now a of 0, what is a of 0? The value is 1. I am converting it to the character. Character means converting this 1 into ASCII. So what about the ASCII character for respective value, that is 1, so which is not equals to single quotes 5. So that's why it will go to else and prints fail. For the I equals to 1 also like that only, again it prints fail. For I equals to 2, that is a value 3, so again it will go for like that only. Now I equals to 4, that is I equals 3, the value same. Whereas I equals to next, if you take 4, that is the value is 5. 5 converted into character, it will take ASCII value. Here it is not the character 5, both are not equal. Remember this one. Here the value is ASCII. So the value of 5, what is the ASCII character for respective 5? Let us suppose if I take here 65, the respective ASCII is capital A. If I take 97, the respective is A, lowercase a. What about for 5? Some symbol will be there, that will be taken here. Here single quote 5, both are not equal, that's why again it prints fail. So if you see the options, the option D is the correct answer. Coming to the question number 81. What is the output of this code, C code? So here it is a program with the data type which is enum. So it is declared as enum and it is given the values. What is that enum data type means? So here it is defined with a specific set of values, a specific set of range which is given inside the braces. So here enum orange is equals to 5, mango the value is not given, then banana value equals to 4, peach the value is not given. So what happens, what it is asking actually, what is the value of peach? So what might be the value? So we'll check here. Orange is equals to, it is given 5. So what happens in enum is, let us suppose in the first variable, when the value is not given, it takes by default as 0. It starts from assigning the value 0. Next value will be 1. Next variable value will be 2, like this. But here you can see the first value itself is given as 5. So next value will be plus 1 if it is not given. So orange is equals to 5. The next mango will become 6. Next banana, it will become 7 actually, but it is assigned with 4. So now banana value will be 4 only, not 7. Now what about peach value here? The next value after this value is assigned. It will not take 7 like that. So if the value inside, in middle, if the some value is assigned, the next variable value will be taken the next value if it is not assigned. So now you can see banana equals to 4, peach is equals to, it will become 5 like this. So if suppose if it is not given, so banana value will become 7, peach value will become 8, like this it will consider. Initially if you don't have any value, it will be 0. So initially if some value is given, the next variable will be taken with the next plus 1 value, like this it will be incremented. If in the middle if some value is given, from that again it will increment the next value. So now it is asking for peach. The value of peach is 5. 5 will be printed. The answer is C. If it is asking for mango, then the value will become 6. So answer is C. Now coming to the question number 82. So what is the output of this C code? Here it is given C, the variable. So it is assigned with printf percentage printf like this. Now how it will take this value? We'll see if more than one printf is written in a statement like this. So first of all, inside if I go, this printf 1 2 3 4, actually it has to print first 1 2 3 4. Now after printing this 1 2 3 4 for this percentile value, here it will total become 1 2 3 4. Now printf 1 2 3 4 it will become, so the value. Now here it is asking printf percentage d printf 1 2 3 4. What is printf 1 2 3 4? What is this value totally? That means already I told you. So in printf, if how many number of symbols are there, that will be the count for integer. So that value will be returned in printf function. So now if you see how many symbols are there, 1 2 3 4, 4 symbols are there. So that's why this percentage d value will be 4. So now it has to print what? 4. Now you can observe again printf percentage d value will be 4. That means this statement will be like this, printf like this. So now what is C equals to printf 4? Now what is printf 4? That means how many symbols are there? Only one symbol. So the C value will become 1 now. So like this it will come. So totally it has to print 1 2 3 4, then 4, then 1. Like this it has to print. The answer B is correct answer. So like this we need to check it. So initially this has to be printed. Next, how many symbols are there? This has to be printed, that is 4. Now how many are there in printf 4? So only one symbol, no? So that's why that also has to print. Like this it will consider. If you take what is printf C, again one will be printed. So like this it will consider. So the output, the answer is B. Like this it will consider. Now what about this question? So previously we have seen printf. Now I have written here scanf. What happens if I write scanf? Scanf percentage d, ampersand a and ampersand b. So here I am giving two input values, that is a and b. So here it is going to assume a equals 5, b equals 6. So whenever I executed this scanf, anyway it has to ask for two input values a and b. Assume that you have given a equals 5 and b equals to 6. What happens then? So now what might be the C value? So whenever you assign like this, that C value will be taken, where in scanf it will check for how many like symbols percentage d are there. That means how many input values it is considering here. So 2 values. So that's why here the C value will be taken as 2, not 5, not 6. Only 2 it will be considered. So if I give one more ampersand, so one more percentage, it will take C value is 3. That means how many input values it will consider, that count will be assigned to C whenever you write scanf. So here C value will become 2, that will be printed. The answer is D. Now what about this? So I have written here printf as well as scanf. We will see this one. So initially int abc 3 variables C equals to, here printf, it has to print high anyway it is not compile time error, high it has to print, then it has to search for percentage d. What is this percentage d? Here it is given, this total value has to be taken. So what is this value? Anyway scanf it is given, it has to ask for 2 input values. If I give 2 input values, that is a equals to something, b equals to something. Now scanf, what is this total value? Already I explained in the previous question. So 2 input values, that's why this value will become 2. So what is percentage d value? 2. Now this total will become high 2. That means now in printf, what is there in printf right now? I am writing here. So printf high, then the value of percentage d is 2. So now C is equals to. So whenever you write printf like this, it will check for how many symbols are there. How many are there? 1 2 3 4. So 4 symbols. The C value will become 4. First it has to take high 2 has to be printed, then 4 will be printed. So the answer I 2 4, this is the A option is correct answer. So which of the data types has a size that is variable? So here the variable in the sense it's not like variable constant, it is simply varying, like in which data type size will be varied. So definitely it's in primitive data types the size will not be varied, it is fixed, like in integer that is given in, if it takes 2 bytes it will take from minus 32,767 to plus 32,767, and of course for unsigned like it is fixed primitive, this is float primitive, double it is also primitive. That's why the size of these data types will not be changed, whereas struct, which is a collection of heterogeneous elements where you may find different data types, it's a collection of different data types, that's why the size will be varied here. So let us suppose if I write struct like this, for integer if I take 2 bytes, 2 plus here 1, totally 3 bytes are required. Now if I write here a comma c, then 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5 bytes required, like this it will change according to what are the variables you are taking in your struct. So that is the thing happens, that's why the answer B is correct answer. Coming to the question number 86. What is the output of this C code? So here you can see int x equals to 1, x value is 1, I'll write here y is 0, z is 5. Now again here int a equals to, what is a value? It is given x. So first it will take x, this is the logical AND operator, this is logical OR operator. So if you see these two operator precedence, AND is the logical AND is the highest priority, so that's why we need to go for this first. So x logical AND y. So what happens here when you write like this, logical AND or like this? So when I execute these sort of the questions, I found some interesting results here. So x value, what is x value? It is taking 1 first, 1 then AND. Now what is this value? It will check. So in AND operator, logical AND, we have a table like if both are 1 then only 1, otherwise 0. That means if here 1, here you have 0, the value is 0. If you here you have 1, the value will be 1. That means whatever the value here you are getting, based on that your a value depends. Now let us consider if I have 0 here, what happens? Even if I have 1 here, the value is 0. Even if I have 0 here, the value is 0. That means it is not changing. So in this criteria, what happens here is the compiler is not checking this one. Only directly it check this value and directly goes here. But whereas if you get 1 here, it is going to this value. So this is what here happens actually. Now if you see here, what is x value? 1. So 1 and that means it is depending on this value. So now it is going to this value, that is y. What is y value? 0. Now here you can say 0 r. So what is r actually? So if both are 0 then only 0, otherwise 1. So here 0, if you are here you have 1, the value is 1. Here you have 0, the value is 0. That means the value here is dependent on this one. So that's why this has to be executed. So what is this? Z plus plus. What is Z plus plus anyway? Plus plus is the highest priority than this. So that's why Z plus plus means Z value will be 6 here. Now it will take 6 here. That is the value 0. 0 or 6. That is 0 or non-zero. The value will become 1. So this value total will become 1. Now coming to here, what is x value? X value is 1. This value is 1. So 1 and 1, the value is 1 here. Now it will come here, what is printf %ld? Z. So what is that value? That value is changed here, where I have written. So here I have written Z value is changed to 6. So the output is 6, not 5. Like this it will happen. Suppose here y value is, let us suppose if I take 1 here, what happens? 1 or something. is always 1, no? That's why it will not check. Directly whatever the z value is there, 5 will be printed. Let us suppose if I take y equals to 1, then z value will become 5 only. You can check this. You change this y value as 1 and you check for what is z value, you will get the answer as 5. So this is what happens when you take logical and logical OR operators. So like this. So here in our question the answer is 6. Remember this carefully. Now coming to this, what is output of this C code? X is equals to 1, Z is equals to 3 it is given. So Y equals to X. This is the shift operator, that is a left shift, that is 3 times you need to shift here. Anyway, I'll write here what is X value it is given. 1 in binary, if I take that value is 0 0 0 1 I'll take. So 1 bit I need to shift left 3 times. If I shift 1 here 0 0, whatever the empty I'll make it 0. Again this is the first shift, I need to go for second shift. So this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here, this 0 will come here 0. Now coming to the last, because 3 times we need to shift. So this 0 will come here, this 0 will come here, this 1 will come here it will be 0. So like this it will happen. 3 times it is shifted. What is the value you are getting? 1000. The value is 1000 means in decimal the value is 8 only. So the output is 8 simply. So this is what happens when you go for shifting. You have right shift also. So the 1 bit will be shifted right, and extreme, that is the most significant bit will become 0. So in left shift, least significant bit will become 0. So answer is D. So coming to question number 88. What is the final value of j in the below code? So here you can see int I equals to 0, j equals 0 initially. Now if I double AND, so already I explained in the previous question, that is question number 86. So what happens if I put logical AND like this? Now you see I value. What is I value? 0. 0 double AND. See, in logical AND operations, 0 and something is always 0. So now irrespective of this, the value of this condition will be 0, because 0 and something is always 0. So here it will become if 0. So if 0, what is the meaning here? If it is non-zero, if condition will be executed. If it is 0, it will not execute this if condition. If there is an else, it will go there. If not, directly comes out of if condition. So now directly it comes out of if condition, that is semicolon it is given. So this if condition is ending here. Now coming to out of the if condition, this is printf %j. What is j value? 0 only. This will not be assigned. Remember this part. But if I put here 1, I equals to 1, now it will check 1 and something, we cannot say. So it may depend on the second value. That's why then it will assign this value. You may get the value as j is 10. But now for this question, the value is 0. So option A is correct answer. Question number 89. So here also you can check it. I is initially 1. Now you need to check it I plus plus, then logical AND operator. It has to check for this one. So what is I plus plus? Now if you see I plus plus, what is the value? 1 plus plus. Anyway here logical AND highest priority is plus plus. So that's why here you need to check for it. And before that, and highest priority is this braces. So I is equals to 1, 1 is equals to 1. Yes, true. So this value will become 1. So here I plus plus, first of all it has to check for what is I value, that is 1. So it will take 1 here. Now I plus plus, what is I plus plus? That is 2. Here it will be taken 2. So 2 equals to 1? No. So that's why 1 and 0. So what is this? So 0, always 0 in logical AND operation. So if 0 means it will directly goes to else part and it prints no here. So option B is the correct answer. So here what is the output of this C code? Int it is given a equals to 1, B also it is 1. What about C? No value is given. Now a plus 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 B here. So how it will consider the values? So initially, so a plus plus, that means the value first will be assigned. It's a post increment, no? So 1, it has to take 1 first, then plus B. So the value after giving, the value will be incremented here. So B value is 1, so 1 plus 1, which is 2. C value will become 2. Now what is the value here it is asking? A comma B, which is 2 comma 1 it will be. So the value of C will become 2, not 3. So why? Because it's a post increment. So the answer B is the correct answer. Coming to the question number 91. So what is the output of this C code? So where A value is given as 10, B value is also given as 10. Now here you can observe if condition A equals to 5, it's not double equals to, it's a single equals to, which is assignment operator. So A value will be assigned to 5. Now if 5, that means if of non-zero. So if of non-zero means this will be executed. If you find here 0 means it will not be executed. So if of non-zero means it will go for B minus minus. What is B value? 10. 10 will become 9. So if you print here percentage A comma B minus minus. What is A value? Is it 10? No. Why? Because here you can observe A equals to 5 is assigned. For A value it is assigned as 5. That's why A value will be 5. And what about B value is 9 right now. Anyway, B minus minus is over. Now 9 will be printed. Anyway, it is post decrement. That's why 9 will be printed. Then it will decrement. So B value will be 9 will be printed. After that it will become 8. So what is the output it will print? That is 5 comma 9. So the answer C is the correct answer. Now question number 92. So what is the output of this C code? So where X value it is given as 2, Y value it is given as 0, Z equals to, of course here it's a ternary operator, you can see Y plus plus. That's why remember this point here, this is post increment. That's why initially Y value will be taken, then it will execute this. After that Y value will be incremented. So initially Y value is 0 will be taken. So in ternary, if this value is 0 means it has to take this value. If this value is non-zero, this has to be executed actually. So like this it will be, no, if A greater than B, or else like this 0 question, that is ternary operator, like this B will be executed. If this value is non-zero, other than 0, something like 1, 2 or whatever it may be, non-zero, then which value will be taken? A value will be taken. So like this directly this 0 will be taken to Z. So what is Z value will be printed? 0. And what about Y value? Afterwards it will be incremented to 1. If you print here Y, then your Y value will become 1. Like this it will happen here. So here the answer is A. Coming to the question number 93. So here also some similar to that, similar to the previous question. Y equals to, it is given 1, X is, it is given 0. So Y plus plus comma X plus plus. So only just it is giving comma. What happens if you put comma? I explained in my video lectures. I'll explain here also. If I write something like C equals to A comma B, so which value will be taken? So first value will be taken for A. So C value will become A. Now if I put like this, c equals to a comma b whole braces, the last value will be taken. So c value will become b value. Now if you see here y comma x, what is y value? 1. What is x value? 0. So now if you see which value it has to take? 0. So 0. 0 means 0 question mark y colon x. So 0 question mark y colon x means which value it has to take? False value, that is x. If this is non-zero, y value will. So now after coming to here, you can see y plus plus and x plus plus. Now y value will be incremented after this operation to 2. X value will be incremented after this operation, that value will become 1. Now which value you are printing, y or x? Only x, because the value is 0. So x value, what is x value? 1. 1 will be assigned to L. So answer is 1. Remember this point clearly. So answer is A. Question number 94. So j value it is given as 10. So here simple, very simple one, j plus plus. What is this j plus plus? Post increment. First the value will be printed, then the value will be incremented. So first j value will be printed as 10. So it has to print 10. Afterwards j value will be incremented. So the value will print as 10. The answer A is correct. So coming to the question number 95. What will be the output if you compile and execute the following code? So void main int I equals to 10. Static int x equals to I. Now if you observe here, before going into this part, first you check here static int. So what is this static int actually? So whenever you declare a variable as static, the value must be a constant. It should not be a variable. You can write like this: static int x is equal something, some value you can give, but it should not be a variable, any variable. It should not be a variable, but here you are assigning a variable. That's why it is compiler error. You can write without static here like this: int x equals to I, not a problem. But if you put static, the value must be constant. So that's why it will give an error. That's why it's a compiler error. The option D is the correct one. Coming to the question number 96. So what is the output of this C code? So here it is given float x. The x value will be assigned as A, that is in single quotes, that is a character A is assigned to x. So now what happens to this x value? So anyway x it is given as, of course it is single quotes A, that means it's a character A. So if it is assigned to char x, the value is of course A as it is, but it is float x. If it is assigned to int x, now the value will become 97. Anyway this is a ASCII value. If it is char x that is assigned like this, the value anyway A will be. But if you assign float x, what happens? So simply float, it takes the value with decimal points. After point it followed by 6 digits. So it will give the output as, what is x value? A, single quotes A means it takes 97. Not only 97, followed by how float value will be taken with the precision of 6 decimal values. So the 6 decimal values here will be all zeros. So like this it will consider for x. So it's not at all an error. So the x value will become 97.000000. So like this it will execute. The answer D is the correct one. If you put here int x, the value will be only 97. If you put char x here, the value is only A here. Anyway you are printing percentile F now, so that's why 97.000000. Like this it will print. Coming to the question number 97. So here initially I value is 0. So for loop here I value initially will be 0. Now the condition it is checking in the loop, that condition is true initially, 0 is less than 20. Then it going to the switch case, switch I value. What is the I value case? 0. That is I value 0. No, it has to execute this. So I value now becomes I plus equals to 5. So it will become 5 That means I plus equals to 5 means I equals to I plus 5. What is I value? 0. 0 plus 5, it will become 5. Now if you see here, there is no break. That's why it will be executed next statements consecutively. That's why here I plus equals 2. That means I equals to I plus 2. What is I value? 5. 5 plus 2, which is 7. Next, again there is no break. That's why here I plus 5. What is I value? 7. 7 plus 5, that is 12. Now here also direct default I equals to I plus 4. That is 12 plus 4, which is 16 it will consider. If you write break, then it will come out of the block, but here there is no break. Here it is a break. Now when it comes out of the block, printf %di, what is I value? 16 it will be printed first. Now coming to the loop again, so I value now 16. So 16 is less than 20, yes. Now coming to here, switch I16. Is there any case with 16? No. So that's why even in the first case, if it is success, then it will consider all, but nowhere it is true. So that's why 16 is not executed. Now I value will be incremented to 17. Case 17 is not there. Next I value will become 18, not there. 19, not there. 20 is also not there. Now I value will become 21. So if you consider this condition, 21 is less than 20? No. So this condition is false. That's why it will come out of the for loop. Here it will come this printf. So this printf, that is %ldi, that is 21, it will consider. So that's why the output is here 21. So the output will become 16 comma 21. The answer is C. So question number 98, how many times this CS Gurusi is printed here? Into main I equals to -5 initially. -5 is less than or equals to 5. Yes, this is true. So it goes into the while loop. -5 is greater than 0. No, that's why directly else part I plus plus. So I value from -5 it will be incremented to -4. So then after -4, if you see in the else block, continue is there. What is continue? That means it is skipping the next lines inside the loop. Anyway, continue will be written in any loop. So it will skipping the next lines, that is printf will be skipped and again going to the starting of the loop, that is I less than or equals 5. So -4 is less than or equal 5. Yes, true. But here this condition is false. Again coming to else. So -4 will become -3. Again continue. Next it will become -2. Next -1. Next it will become 0. After coming to 0, 0 is less than or equals 5. Yes. Then 0 is greater than or equals 0. Yes, this is also true. Then break. What is break? Comes out of the block. So coming out of the this block, so directly comes to out of the block and returns 0. That means how many times CS Gurusi is printing? 0 times. So the answer D is the correct answer. So coming to the question number 99. So here what is the printf? What is p value will be printed? So here if you consider this p value, so b of 10 it is given. That means it is indexed like this: b of 0, b of 1, b of 2, b of 3, b of 4, b of 5, b of 6, b of 7. Now if you see here, p equals to b plus 1 of 5. Have you observed it is in arrays with pointers? So here you can observe here b plus 1 of 5. You can write like this. See here, if you write like this, b plus 1 of 5 means it is indirectly is equals to b of 6. That means simply adding this to this value. If you write like this, b plus 2 of 7. If I write like this, that means what is the value of b of 9. So if I write like this, b plus 1 of 2, that means b which is equals to b of 3. Simply you can do like this. There is no error in this. So that's why here it is given b plus 1 of 5. That means, so b plus 1 of 5. That means totally b of 6. Remember this point. So b of 6. What is this? b of 6? 9. 9 will be directly taken by p. So index is pointing to that. So that value will be printed. So the answer C is the correct answer. So question number 100. Now here also what it prints. So here it is given char of p of CSC gurus. So how it will consider? It's a character array. I am writing here. So this is p array indexed with 0 up to 8. Anyway, we know that if you store any string, the last value must be the null character. So like this it will consider. So here for I equals 0, j equals string length. What is j value initially? String length. What is the string length here? 8. So that is number of characters. So I less than j, yes, 0 is less than 8. Now going to here, what is t value? P of I, p of 0. What is p of 0? C. That will be taken into t. Now p of I, what is p of I? P of 0. So this value, this p of 0, what I am putting? P of j minus I. This is, what is j? 8 minus 0. What is 8 minus 0? 8. What is there in p of 8? Null character. That means you are replacing c with a null character. Now you can go here, next value of I. Of course you can see b of j minus 1. What is j minus 1? J minus, that is p of j minus I. What is j minus I? 8 minus 0, that is p of j of I is c. That means you are replacing this with c. Next, if you go, see one thing you can observe, the first value here it came as null character. That means in the concept of strings, if you take any group of characters as a string, the last symbol must be null character. Now here first symbol itself is a null character. So what are the previous symbols you have? No symbol it is. That means this p it will consider as a null string, because the first value itself is a null value. That's why remaining characters, whatever it may be, it will go into the loop and it will replace it. But whatever it may be, it will not consider. Why? Because after null, whatever the remaining symbols are there, that will be ignored. So before null character only will be taken. What are those? Nothing will be there. So nothing is printed here. So that is the thing you need to remember. Whenever an array, character array consisting the null character as a first symbol, then it will print nothing. So there is, we call it as null string. So answer B is a correct answer. Thank you.